halftime show. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say I'm kind of conflicted about how I feel about it. A lot of people got different opinions about it. I'm over here shaping, by the way, so don't you know what I'm saying? I just figured I'd say this while it's fresh in my mind. But part of, I'm older. I'm 40. The whole Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Chronic era. 50 came out. I was actually locked up when 50 came out, but I came out like while he was really just popping off and stuff like that. But at any rate, this whole era is my era. You know what I'm saying? Part of me was like, yes, you know what I'm saying? It was like they say, nostalgic. 50 coming in upside down, everybody clowning, but I been doing it in the club upside down caught me off guard. Like I enjoyed that part. You know what I'm saying? But the other part of me is like all this gang stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? People jumping around with prison uniforms. Like to me, it was just kind of like it was weird. Like I said, I'm like conflicted about it. On one hand, like I said, I was happy to see it. And keep in mind, we're talking about the NFL, all the racist stuff going on in the NFL and stuff like that. But the other part of it is just like kind of like why, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a hard thing to navigate, man, because you don't want to sound like a hater on black music, black people, Lindsay Rhodes, Young World. How you doing? Hit the like button. It's like conflicted. You don't want to sound negative and like a hater, but at the same time, when like looking at it as an adult, like if I was 10, 20 years ago, I would have been all into it. You know what I'm saying? None of your business. Oh, yeah, as far as the show itself, I'm gonna just say the show itself. I I definitely didn't think it was like this big thing they bought it up to be. You know what I'm saying? But it was a decent show. It wasn't like how they was acting like it. I thought it was going to be like some monumental thing. They was talking about a Tupac hologram coming out and stuff like that and all type of extra stuff. It was decent. It wasn't terrible, but I can't say it was something I would have been happy. You know, I wouldn't have paid money for it, or nothing like that. But just the whole, you know what I'm saying? And when it, but when the Super when it first, I seen the picture of Jay Z when the Super Bowl first was about to come on with a blue bandana around his neck. You know what I'm saying? It's been rumored for many years that Jay Z associated with the Crips or whatever like that and stuff like. But it's like if you already know that, you know what I mean, and I'm sure he knows that people say that about him. Why come out there with a blue handkerchief around your neck? And all the people that performed were all Crip people. You know what I'm saying? None of your biz. Good to see you too. I appreciate that. And I heard the game was upset that he wasn't invited. You know what I'm saying? No games of blood or whatever. Kendrick Lamar was there. He is on the. He's from what they call Bompton, the blood side and stuff like that. But he's not a gang member. Not as far as like doing gang stuff. He might be associated because of where he's from. But everybody else was basically Crips or Crip involved. The whole Snoop Dogg stuff and everything like that. Dr. Dre, he's not. He's neutral, but he's from a Crip area. It's like Easy E and them. They was with the Crips and stuff like that. So it was like, why was this? It was like a whole promotion for gang culture. It's just like it's it's tacky. You know what I'm saying? On one hand, like I said, I was proud of it. It was like wow, hip hop came a long way. But the other hand, it's like you on this racist platform doing some stuff that makes black people not look any goddamn better. You know what I'm saying? That's for damn sure. The damn sure don't help the way black people look. And if you notice, it was like from a sky view. The the floor underneath where they was performing at was the city. You know what I'm saying? It was like a picture of the city. Yeah, Nate Dogg, none of your business. Nate Dogg, he was definitely a big element of the whole G Funk era when it first came out. So I'm 40, so I'm from. I was there before that started. I seen it all happen. I seen it come. You know what I'm saying? That G Funk stuff. Before Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg came out, it was all about, you know what I'm saying, Das Effects, the East Coast Gang Star, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Snoop and them came out, took it from the East, went to the West. Then Biggie came out, Nas came out, brought it back to the East. The West was still in play, but at least they brought it back to the East as far as that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just did. I don't. I didn't like how it looked. I enjoyed it to an extent, but also I didn't because it just looked tacky. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people out there 40, 50, not 4. I'm 40. Snoop and was like 50. They out there 50 years old, hopping around with inmates and shit. It just looked tacky, man. Like I said, it's hard to talk about it in a negative light without looking like a hater, but it just didn't look right for people that old to be out there promoting gang culture, especially stuff that's going on now. All this gang violence, gang culture. It's like the NFL was like promoting gang culture. At the end of the day, that's really what it boiled down to. Jokers is out there crip walking like it's like, man, like I don't know, man. It's just it's comical how some of this stuff is just weird, man. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like 50's part, I enjoy 50's part. I've seen a lot of memes, a lot of people clowning him, saying he was 50 cent. Now he's a $half. I mean, he talking 20 years ago, whatever it was. Of course, he's mad. He's bigger now, and stuff like that. Yeah, none of your business. That's part of what it is too. Sometimes you gotta be like, you know what? You older now. You're a dinosaur, like they call it. You know what I'm saying? So things are gonna be a little bit different. But at the same time, if you want to call it a victory for hip hop, you know what I'm saying, to be on the stage at Super Bowl, the main stage, and I guess you can call that a victory. You know what I mean? But the show itself, I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was great. It wasn't bad as far as looking at just the show, not the representation and symbolism, just as a show. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like I said, the floor was like it was like you're looking down on top of the whole city. Like the ground they was performing on was like a map of the city. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these houses sitting there. It's like everybody confined to. It was kind of like looking down on like a doll. It was like a I can't. I don't know. I had to think about it some more. What I think as far as like the conspiracy spooky part of it, it just looked kind of weird for the whole performance. Then they talking about Eminem took the knee. But some people say that it was only like a part. They just call him as a part taking the knee, but it really wasn't about him like protesting. And if it was, that would be kind of weak because I mean, in that case, why even show up if you're really there taking the knee to the knee stuff or whatever the whole thing with the knee is like why even show up if that's what it's about. So I kind of think maybe that wasn't really what it was. I think maybe they just called him bending down or something for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, oh, he's taking the knee to protest because at this point it's like why even all that protest. If you there showing up, like if you involved, what's the use of going through the whole protest? The NFL is racist. We know it's racist. You either watch it or you don't. You into it or you not. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been in the sports for my sports dreams died when I was a teenager. I don't even. I barely watch any sports. I did watch the Super Bowl last night. Um, Definitely like the Eagles because they're from Philly. I like the Steelers, Pennsylvania, but outside of that, I don't. I can care less who wins or loses. I couldn't tell you one joker out on the football field name. You know what I'm saying? Or damn near probably even basketball. Because at the rack of my brain, the name five basketball players. I'm just not a sports person. I don't care about none of that shit. But I don't know, man. It's just overall, it's kind of tacky. Like I don't know what the hell they was trying to persuade. Like you know what I'm saying? The image they was putting out just didn't look right to me, man. Like and the whole thing with Snoop Dogg, you know what I'm saying? King Monster, as a Crip, I honestly say it put Crip on a whole different level. I mean, it was good, King Mont, and that's what I'm saying. It's like a promoted Crip, and Jay Z came on from the beginning. They showed a little clip of Jay Z. He had a bandana wrapped around his neck, a blue bandana. So of course Snoop Dogg is a heavily, you know what I'm saying? King Monster, they were out of pocket. Who's out of pocket? The NFL or Jay Z and them. But like I said, man, it's just for me, it was an yeah. If you're a Crip member or support stuff like that, it definitely was a good look. Oh yeah, the NFL definitely out of pocket. It definitely was a good look if you're a Crip and stuff like that. But why is the NFL promoting gangbanging? And then the whole thing, it all happens to be in LA, a LA team, LA performers. LA ends up winning. The whole thing, man, is just I can't trust none of it. And and then when it first came, if you go back to when it first came on, right before the Super Bowl even started, what they said when it first came on, they said this is Hollywood. They said that. They said this is Hollywood. So that's telling you right there, this shit is all scripted. King Mon said it wasn't a good look. It was making a fad, like they made the whole blood thing a fad. And you got to remember, in King Mott, you know, he's from the same era I'm from. When Snoop Dogg and them came out, NW wasn't even so much NWA because NWA was they was we heard NWA they was kind of talking about gang stuff or whatever. They was talking about the scene, but they wasn't like openly claiming Bloods or Crips. You know what I'm saying? People knew Easy E was associated with the Crips and stuff like that. But it wasn't until Snoop Dogg came out and Dr. Dre that's when they started claiming. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Blood, I'm a Crip, and that's when it became um like you said, a fad. That's when it became. They started promoting it. You know what I'm saying? And Joker's looking like, damn, he's supposed to. If a gang member is supposed to be King Master, DJ Quick was the one who set the banging on wax. Yeah, DJ Quick was out before then. He definitely was. But as far as going mainstream and monument, like worldwide, Snoop and Dre and them with the Chronic, that's what introduced. Like I heard of DJ Quick, but I wasn't even associating him with like a gang. You know what I'm saying? I probably seen him with Red or whatever on, but being from the East Coast, not being into that type of stuff, I probably just seen he's wearing red or whatever. But Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, that's who really introduced gang life to the world. You know what I'm saying? That's who definitely did it. And like I said, that's my heater. I don't know if you can turn this off. Like I said, the I just don't understand that part of it, man. Like I don't know. And then the whole thing with Snoop Dogg with the Death Row, just acquiring the Death Row, and then these accusations come out on him. The whole thing is just so many coincidences tied up into one thing. It just seemed like there got to be something more to it. So I can sit here and go deep and all type of shit that may be nonsense, but I don't even. But you just see that there's something there with it. You know what I'm saying? There's something that's about this whole thing. Then the Snoop Dogg Death Row with the chain. I seen the chain. I gotta say, I don't really think that chain really is a good match for Death Row because it's like a dog sitting on a chair. It looks like it's kind of like anybody that comes under that the Death Row umbrella is like got to be associated. I don't know. It's just he should have just kept it as a regular dude on there. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. King Ma said you're all the way on point. Man, it's just like I don't know, man. At this point, I'm 40. Like I said, I'm 40 years old. Shit that I thought was cool 10, 20 years ago to me now is not cool. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when it comes down to it, a person got a right to be whoever they want. We get one shot at this life thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever makes you happy, that's just what it's about. Cause you can. Some people want to be like, I'll get into the mind state of like, yeah, trying to push the culture, trying to save the young people. You know what I'm saying? None of your business said the Snoop acquired the Death Row catalog as well. I'm not sure about if he acquired the whole catalog and stuff like that. I'm not sure. But he owns Death Row Records now, you know what I'm saying? And if you look at it from like a weird point of view, if Snoop Dogg is really on some undercover vindictive type stuff, he definitely won the battle between him and Shook because to come back now when you buy the company, now you own the company, that's like a real like F you, I won type stuff. But as they say, their problems have been, you know what I'm saying, patched up years ago. Snoop Dogg talks highly about Suge, you know what I'm saying? But if he really got a secret vendetta on some type, you know what I'm saying? Then that's like, damn, you came and made full circle and bought the Joker company. Now you own the company, you know what I mean? But I don't even know what it would be worth at this point. But like I was about to say, the whole thing, some people try to be constant. Some people like me come on here and talk about the youth sometimes. But at the end of the day, what it really boils down to at the end of the goddamn day is if you happy in yourself and your skin and you go to sleep, wake up, you cool. That's what it really boils down to, man. It's like if you're not with trying to be what they call quote unquote trying to help or better the community or look at like that's cool. Who could really come by and be like, oh, you're wrong. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. You only get one shot at this life thing, man. You get one shot. So it's like if you're happy at the end of the day with whatever you're doing, you're winning no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like not even on no judgmental type stuff, whether good or wrong, right or wrong, rich or poor, bad or that's like if you good with what you're doing, then that's you are winning. You know what I mean? Because two people go through life, you could be on some activist stuff trying to help this and that. I tell you like this. This is one thing I notice about life. People that a lot of people who are not responsible as far as like just don't give a fuck about taking care of shit, just like, you know what I'm saying, all out for them, for themselves. They be living the best life, to tell you the truth. People that lie, cheat, and still be living the best goddamn life. Believe me when I tell you, the messed up as it is, they say do right and all this stuff come back. Yeah, to a certain extent, if you do right by people, it comes back. But sometimes it don't work like that. Sometimes the people out here that are the worst people doing the most crookedest underlying low life type stuff be the ones that are living the happiest lives. Trust what I tell you. And that's just how it is, man. Like, and for whatever reason, that's just what it is. And can you judge somebody for being like that? At the end of the day, you carry way more, you bear way more weight in your shoulders trying to be a person that woke up and trying to help people wake up than a person that don't give a fuck about shit. To them, life is a party. You know what I'm saying? And can you really judge them for that at the end of the day? If they're happy with what they're doing, and especially if they're making a living doing something like that, can you really come by and judge a person like that? Like, it's easy for us to say, like I said about the whole what's going on with the whole gang culture stuff with Snoop and them. But if I'm Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and I got millions of dollars and this is what, you know what I'm saying? Could you really expect a Joker to do something different? You know what I'm saying? Could you really? So I don't know. It's like a slippery slope at the end of the day, man. It's like a slippery slope. It is what it is at this point. You try to be on some positive stuff sometime. Like for me, I've never been a gang member. There was a point in time when I was like 20, I got locked up. When I came out, when I was locked up, my whole neighborhood were Bloods all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes from New York was out in my neighborhood, and a lot of people was Blood all of a sudden. Like even people like from where I'm from, like got recruited and got caught up in this game. And for a split second, I was on some shit like I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? Then it just I wasn't. It just I don't know, man. Like that's a whole different. That story leads into a whole. It's not just about me saying I didn't want to do it. There's a whole other thing that comes along with that whole story, but I'm not gonna get into that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, it just never. I look at it like this, like, and I was like when I was younger, like a thing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like a Bloods or a Crip or some sort. But the thing is, this is like, especially now growing up and getting older, especially if you're doing dirt with it. It's not like it used to be back in the day. It's like I don't understand how, like I'm saying, they promoting gang culture, but then you see stories of like, especially in New York on the East Coast, they run down and lock up whole blocks for people that's in gangs. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how certain areas, certain neighborhoods get away with going out and saying they're a gang member, and then certain other people in certain other areas, the feds come in there with a RICO charge, and then the whole entire community of people that are supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, associated with being a gang member and stuff. So I don't know, man. It's just weird, man. The whole thing. I don't know. I just thought it wasn't a good look. Like they said, King Mott came through earlier. Said if you a Crip, it was a good look. Yeah, definitely. If you a Crip with the internet out there with the halftime show, it was a good look. That boosted the, you know what I'm saying. That made it reintroduced Cripping to a whole new generation. You know what I'm saying? To a whole new thing. And you got the thing going on right now with the Crip Mac dude out west. That's like a big deal because he got DP. If you ain't heard about that, you know what I'm saying? This Crip Mac, what is he? A neighborhood Crip, I guess. 5'5", they call it neighborhood Crip, and that is a big deal right now. So it's like right now, all over the place, get Cripping is like the new thing again. You know what I'm saying? People are just really into it and it's heavily promoted. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was kind of crazy what happened to that Crip Mac dude. Like when I first seen him, I thought he was like a what do you call it, a parody type of dude. Then I started seeing more stuff. I realized, oh, he's like really a gang member. You know what I'm saying? He does seem like he definitely got a couple issues, but not like judging him, but you know what I mean? He's definitely really a gang member. They DP'd him the other day that he said for something he said years ago. You know what I'm saying? When he was young, he denounced the Crip, the gang that he's in now, for some other gang or something like that. They went out there to beat him up on camera. He went on camera, showed his DP afterwards. That became so. It's like I don't know, man. Do what you. Everybody do what they gotta do. People do what they want to do, but you just gotta understand when you're dealing with gangs, man. You're around the wrong people, the wrong time. You find yourself in some deep hot water just by being associated with the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how that goes, man. So I don't know, man. NFL, they're doing whatever they're doing. The whole racist thing, it is what it is at this point. You know what it is already. You know what I'm saying? So if you watch it, you watch it. Like I said, I don't watch it. I did watch the Super Bowl specifically for the halftime show. You know what I'm saying? Definitely wasn't what I was waiting around thinking it was going to be. It was decent, but it wasn't great. But that's about it, man. But it's just, yeah, hit that like button. Whoever's up in here, man, hit the like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit the motherfucker button. But oh, the other thing that I mentioned too with the Snoop with the death row thing, it did come at a weird time with the girl coming with the allegations talking about the rape stuff. Him and Don Magic Juan, I think it was. She said they picked her up from a party party, Don Magic Wand. She fell asleep in the car or something. Ended up at his house. Something about he woke her up out of her sleep to made her do oral, and then he went and dropped her off at Snoop Dogg's house. Like, I don't know, man. It just comes at a real peculiar time now that Snoop Dogg acquired Death Row, and I want to see who Snoop's going to go and who he going to get. You know what I mean? Like, is this the machine trying to bring jokers back into the industry stuff? You know what I'm saying? As being part of a label again. Like, what is this really about? Like I think none of your biz asked earlier. Does Snoop acquire the catalog along with the purchase? I'm not sure about that, but I would think whatever is there available to be acquired, as far as like what's still out there, as far as publishing or masters, whatever it is that's in the catalog. Hopefully that came with it, because otherwise, like, what did you really buy? Just the name, you know what I mean? And you bought it at a time when record labels aren't really popping. It's not like a time to be for record labels and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It is what it is. Everybody, like I said, at the end of the day, do what you got to do to make yourself happy. If that means you want to be doing whatever, then do whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just a person that sometimes get into my mind state. Not sometimes, because overall I am about trying to wake people up and be on some next stuff. Me being an ex-knucklehead when I was younger, a damn fool, you know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I done came across some pictures the other day my mom had from years ago. She showed me. I was like, God damn, I started to show them on here of me with just the stuff they doing now on Instagram with the kids, the Chicago type, all that type of stuff. I was doing that shit 20 years. What am I? God damn, I was doing that shit more than 20 years ago. These pictures, I was like, what the fuck? How she even still got these pictures? You know what I'm saying? I started to put it on here. I was like, I ain't gonna put that on here. But once you come to a certain, you know what I'm saying, you grow up till you get different mind state. It's like certain things to you just don't look right no more. It's not attractive no more. And that's why if anybody, I say this too sometimes, if you out there and doing certain stuff, sometimes it's just better off. Don't try to wake up. Hopefully you don't wake up. It's better to stay into the mind state of being caught in that moment sometime. Even though it's probably not going to be productive in the long run, once you wake up, you start seeing the world for what it is. It's not a fun life no more after that. It's like hard to really, not say it's like life's not, it's just hard to find joy in minuscule things. You know what I'm saying? Once you see the world for what it is and see what the stuff for, like when I was young, you couldn't tell me like life wasn't about just being this tough guy in the street doing this and that, and all you got out doing the worst stuff, and then you've been shot, you're in the streets, you a gangster shooting gun. Like, you couldn't tell me that was not what life was about. You know what I'm saying? I thought forever that was just what. Then when you wake up, you're like, oh shit, I was a goddamn fool for a long time. And then what comes along with the realization of that is now you got to train yourself to be a citizen at fucking 30 something years old. You know what I'm saying? And it's not as easy as it looks when you see people. Once you start doing stuff you haven't never done and you see people do it, then you start. You have a lot more respect for people. You know what I'm saying? You got more like you want to be a celebrity, all that type of shit, and then even not even that deep. Say like I tell this story sometime too. Like when I was younger and shit, um, years ago, one of the car I had, the fucking air conditioner was messed up. You know what I'm saying? I had this shit at the fucking dealership. Everywhere I took, nobody could fix the air conditioner. The dealership talking this. The amount of money everybody was telling me to pay that it would have cost to fix this air conditioner was more than what the car was worth. So I was like, why would I do that? One time I was outside of AutoZone, you know what I'm saying? This Puerto Rican, the old school Puerto Rican dude came out. He was messing with somebody's car, and I guess I don't know if I guess he probably dealt with that issue before. It was a Ford Explorer. This joker came over there in a matter of like 1 minute, took this wire. He was like, oh, I know what it is, Poppy. Took this wire, looped it around some other shit. Dude, it took like not even 2 minutes, and my fucking air conditioner was fixed. And I was like, oh shit. It's like, we gotta stop, you know what I'm saying, thinking being a celebrity and shit is all it's about. Sometimes you gotta just, it's okay to be something else. Like in that moment, that dude that came and fixed my air conditioner was a motherfucking a legend, you know what I'm saying? Because I was sitting there the whole summer. I think I had that car for probably like maybe more than the whole summer. I was like dying with that car. Couldn't figure this shit out. He came over and fixed that shit out. I was like, this dude is a fucking G. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking legend. And it be stuff like that. Sometimes you gotta think about, man, like, there's other stuff to be than me trying to be a fucking celebrity or trying to be, you know what I'm saying, sometimes a celebrity come in different forms. Like, if I was, like I said, you wake up 30 something years old, you gotta try to wake up and train yourself to be something that you didn't, that you wasn't before. That's like you wasted 20 years of working towards something that was way more realistic, way more, you know what I'm saying, pleasurable, account in every type of way. Because we go our whole lives trying to attain something that is a one out of a billion you're gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Are we looking up to people that are not really worth looking up to? You know what I'm saying? But that's stuff like that is what comes along with just growth. You don't understand shit like that till you get older. So that's what I'm just say all that to say. Cause somebody mentioned about when you when you're younger and you're older, you look at stuff different. And that's what it be about, man. It's like, not that I'm sitting here trying to bash the whole thing like that, but at the same time, with the whole half time, this is like, what the fuck is we still doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, as a culture, as a people, what is we still doing? Snoop Dogg fucking 50, 60 years old out there. Like, I don't know, man. But it is what it is. That's all. I'm about to get up out of there, finish shaving. I got shit to do. You know what I mean? But believe it or not, sometimes the stars be a joker right in your community standing on a corner. You know what I'm saying? That dude came and fixed my air conditioner. He was a fucking legend that day. And still, I remember him to this day. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget that dude outside of all the zones fix my damn air. No, the fucking nobody in the fucking everywhere I went could fix my air conditioner for less than like $1,000 or some crazy ridiculous number. Cause they talking about this was the whole system, and you gotta take out the fucking pipe and the air compressor, all this shit. This dude came over and fixed my shit in not even 5 minutes with a wire about a fucking inch long. Rig that shit up, tied around something else, and that shit was done. And I was like, God damn. You know what I mean? So that's about it. Everybody have a good day. Hit the like button if you haven't hit it by now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here venting. Supposed to be shaving. And I forgot to say something before I forget. So that's about it, man. Do what you got to do. Javon Westbury said, who else was supposed to represent LA? Nobody better than Dre. Yeah, definitely. But the gang culture, that's what I'm saying. I first started saying this, it was like it's a thin line of looking like a hater and not looking like a hater. As a grown ass goddamn man, because I'd be sitting here lying if I told you that when Dre and Snoop came out, that didn't have a negative. I was in the midst. I grew up in the midst of the Dr. Dre Snoop Dogg era. I was the kids of that generation. You know what I'm saying? That was my time. And I'd be sitting here lying if I say that they was a part of the reason why I started smoking weed and doing some of the shit I was doing with the music. It'd be a goddamn lie. You know what I'm saying? I'll be telling you a bold-faced lie. They say, oh, people ain't influenced by lyrics. And You's a goddamn lie if you're going to sit out here and say that rap music don't negatively affect youth and make them do stupid shit. You's a goddamn lie. I can name me and a million other people like me that did shit specifically because of negative music. You know, getting caught up in music and shit like that. So you can call it what you want. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck what anybody tell you. Rap music, negative rap music, is directly responsible for a lot of dumb shit that happens. I will guarantee you. I can tell you when Snoop Dogg and them first came out, like even just smoking weed out of blunts and stuff like the whole shit just changed immediately overnight. I'm from the East Coast where I'm from. People was mostly smoking Fonto leaves and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard Bobby Shmurda talking about it on an interview the other day. That's definitely some Brooklyn stuff. Fonto leaves. I never got into Fonto leaves too thick. I didn't like them, but that's what people I seen smoking or back or Dutches. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Snoop Dogg and them came out. They put everything they was doing as everybody started doing the shit they was doing. Believe when I tell you. So yeah, that shit, it was a negative effect, definitely. And just like this drill music, there's a lot of stuff going on right now with the drill music, a lot of discussion being going on. And I damn sure will tell you I believe 100% that this goddamn drill music is responsible for 90% of this shit that's going on right now. Maybe not 90, at least 75, I would say, percent of all the shooting that's going on right now in the street is this goddamn drill music. I guarantee you it is. I guarantee you it is. Hopi Sano just said, yes, it does affect the listener. I guarantee you it does. And we're not even talking about the frequencies in this music in the instruments and the megawatts and kilohertz and all this. We're not even talking about that part of it. We're talking about just what these jokers are saying on the music. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you that affects the youth. I guarantee you 100 goddamn percent. Because now they have made it about the whole the violence in the streets, and it's not as before. It was like the vehicle to get to the money. Now the whole end result is just to be violent and talk about who you're shooting and talk about who you killed. Like that's just that's the whole end result of the whole shit now. Not like that's what I tell you, man. But it is what it is. Hit the like button if you ain't hit it by now before you dip up out of here. Hit that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit the button. And I don't. And as far as people being in gang, I don't have anything. People be whatever you want to be part of. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It is, but like I'm not judging nobody for doing nothing. Like I said, you be find your way to be happy. You just be happy, and that's what it is. And like the one dude that was in there a minute ago, King Mont, that's my boy from back in the day. We met in a juvenile facility. You know what I'm saying? A maximum security juvenile facility, and that's still my people to this day. You know, so I met him. So like I said, on my 40, we met 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? In a fucking maximum security juvenile facility out here in Pennsylvania. And you know what I'm saying? It's like me and him both. He probably, I'm sure he been through rougher stuff than me because he from Harrisburg, and I know some of his shit he been through is worse than the shit I've been through. And I don't know all this shit with his life, you know what I'm saying? But I would bet that he was definitely was influenced by the music and by who by the way is a spectacular, you know what I'm saying, rapper, musician and stuff like that. He got mad skills, but I even got a video, you know what I'm saying? I got a video when I was locked up at this place I'm talking about with my boy King Mott. When I got out, they did a documentary. And they filmed me when I got out. You know, I'm gonna put this shit on YouTube one day. A documentary when I was in this facility called Allentown Secure Treatment Unit, maximum security juvenile facility. And it was filming while we were still in there. Got us like locked up, and then I happened to be getting out around that time, so they came to my house when I got out. Did a couple, got me mowing the lawn and shit like that. I was mad big, getting mad weak. I was saying, the King Mount, I don't know if you're still in here or not, but I'm gonna put that video up. I can't remember if you in it or not. They might have had when you was in we was inside the facility. They might have a part of you in there. I don't remember, but I'm gonna put that shit on YouTube. Got me up in the documentary. So juvenile maximum security shit. I totally forgot about shit the other day. But yeah, man. Joe Johnson said that shit was strange, man. The whole Super Bowl was goddamn strange. The whole year of the Tiger thing, that's another thing that was like a big deal with the Bengals being there. It's the year of the Tiger and the Chinese Zodiac, you know what I'm saying? The whole shit. And some of them calls, I was watching it, the referees definitely cheated for the rain. Some of them calls definitely was bogus, you know what I'm saying? But the whole shit was just weird, like you said. The halftime show was creepy a little bit. I didn't appreciate. That's what I was saying too about the gang stuff. Just besides that, why they have to have all the inmates out there dancing? It's like, and this is what I was gonna say before I got sidetracked. On the ground, it was like a sky view of a map. You know what I'm saying? You got these houses down there that they was dancing inside of and around, but then it's like you're looking down from a bird's eye view. It's like them looking down on us, acting like animals. You know what I'm saying? Jokers with inmates jumping around, some jail shit, some gang shit. It's like looking down on the stuff from a bird's eye view is what they was trying to. That's what they was trying to do because the floor was a map. If you look at the floor, if you didn't notice that or not, what they were performing on the floor was a map of the city. You know what I'm saying, of L.A. It just looked weird, man. I don't know. It just didn't look right to me. But hit that like button. Hit the like button for your dip if you didn't hit it by now. I've been here for a long time. I gotta finish shaving. I got shit to do. Yeah, shout out to everybody that came through, man. I'm gonna put this documentary up when I was a teenager, locked up. See a little joker in this facility, you know what I mean? But it's on the VH tape, VHS tape. So I'm gonna have to probably sit there and put it and record it, but like my phone and shit, like on the camera mode, like you know what I'm saying, and then put it so that the quality and shit's gonna be whack. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Everybody be safe, stay out the way. Do what you got to do today. Don't let these jokers get in your way. You know what I'm saying? Bring you down on some bullshit. That's about it, man. Shout out to everybody that came through.